Hi guys, I Aziz welcome you to CoedMaster. In this video, I am going to talk about how to establish relationship between objects in object-oriented programming. Relationships plays a vital role in modeling object-oriented systems. If you want to get better at designing object-oriented systems, then it is really crucial to understand what is relationship and how to establish relationship between objects. There are multiple types of relationship exist in real world. So in this video, I am specifically talking about the one of the relationship that is association. So if you are willing to learn about relationship and how to establish relationship between objects in object-oriented programming, then this video is for you. So make sure to watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright guys, so let's begin this video. So guys, in previous videos, we learned that how to build a flexible, extensible and maintainable software using object-oriented principles like abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism, right? We also learned that object-oriented programming is inspired from real-world entities. So what do we do in object-oriented programming? We model real-world entity in the form of objects. This is what we do in object-oriented programming, right? But guys, if you look around yourself, you will see that in real world, every entity have some relationship with another entity. Let's say for example, a teacher have some relationship with a student, a father have some relationship with mother, a mother have some relationship with his child. Now the challenge over here is how to model this relationship in object-oriented programming. So guys, this is where UML comes into picture to rescue us. Here, UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. UML is a de facto standard for modeling object-oriented systems. And what do we do in UML? We use UML to model relationship between objects in a graphical form. Now again, in UML, there are 5 different types of relationships. Number 1 is association. Number 2 is aggregation. Number 3 is composition. Number 4 is dependency. And last one is inheritance. And this relationship is also called generalization or specialization. So in this video, we are specifically target the first relationship, that is association. Now this brings us to the next question, that what is association? Well, association represents a relationship between two or more objects or entities. And in this relationship, all the objects have their own life cycle, which means we can create objects independently and the objects can be destroyed independently. And in this relationship, there is no ownership of objects, which means there is no parent of the object, which means there is no parent-child relationship exists between objects. So guys, association is also divided into 4 types, or we can say that there are 4 categories of association. So the number 1 category of association is one-to-one relationship, or we can say that one entity or one object is associated with one entity. So let's understand this with this example. So let's say we have a person and we have a passport. So as we know that one person can have only one passport and one passport can be associated with only one person. So we can model this relationship using association, right? That one person is associated with one passport, one person has one passport and one passport can be associated with only one person. So using UML, we can represent this relationship like this. So we have a person class over here and we have a passport class over here, and there is a straight line between these two entities, which represents that this is a one-to-one relationship, or there is an association between passport and person. Okay, I hope this relationship is clear to you. Now let's move on to next relationship, that is one-to-many relationship. Now in this relationship, one entity possesses another entity that is more than one. Okay. So let's say person is an entity and this person has many bikes. But this type of relationship is a unidirectional relationship. We can say that one person can have many bikes or one person have many bikes, but we cannot say that one bike is associated with many person, right? This is not true. Now how to represent this type of relationship using UML? It is simple, that we have a person class here and we have a bike class here. First of all, to represent relationship, we are using a straight line. So a straight line represents relationship. Now we want to represent one-to-many relationship. So we are using a asterisk symbol here And this asterisk symbol here represents that this is a many relationship, which means one person can have or one person have multiple bikes or many bikes, right? So this is how we represent one-to-many relationship using UML. Now the next type of relationship is many-to-one relationship. Now let's understand this relationship with this example. So we have many engineers and we have one project. So we can say that many engineers can work on one project. Make sense? Now how to represent this type of relationship using UML? So we have one class here, engineers, and we have one class project over here. Now to represent relationship, first we are using a line, straight line that represents that there is an association between engineers and projects. Okay. Now we are using an asterisk symbol which represents that there are many engineers. Okay. So overall we can say that many engineers can work on one project. So this is all about many-to-one relationship. Now the last relationship is many-to-many relationship. Now let's understand this relationship between this example. So we have teacher and we have student. Both are entities. So we can say that one teacher can teach many students and one student can be taught by many teachers. In this relationship, we are not mentioning the unidirectional relationship. Rather, we are mentioning here multidimensional or two-dimensional relationship. That one teacher can teach multiple students and one student can be taught by multiple teachers. Right? Makes sense? This is how we represent relationship in real world, right? Now, how to represent this type of relationship using UML? So here we have one teacher class and here we have student class. We are using a straight line to represent the association between teacher and student. And then we are using asterisk symbol here, which represents that there are many teachers. And here also we are using asterisk sign, which represents that there are many students. So this is how we represent many-to-many relationship using UML. Okay. And remember one thing, UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. And this is a standard design language which is used to model object-oriented systems in a graphical form. Right? Now let me take you to my IDE to show a practical demo of how to establish relationship between objects like one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one and many-to-many. So let's head over to IDE. Okay, so we are on the IDE. So first I'm going to show you how to represent a relationship, and that is one-to-one. I can say one-to-one. Okay, then I will show you how to establish or represent relationship that is one-to-many. Okay, then we will see how to represent relationship that is many-to-one. And then lastly, we will see how to represent many-to-many relationship. Okay. Now let's start with the first relationship, that is one-to-one. So to represent one-to-one relationship, let's create a new class. And the name of this class is person. Okay. Let's create one more class. And the name of this class is passport. Correct? Now, one person has only one passport, okay? So we can write here private, okay, passport and passport. So guys, now you can see that one person is associated with a passport, which means this person class holds object of passport class, right? So this is how we establish one-to-one relationship in a class or in an object-oriented programming. Now let's move on to see how we can establish or represent one-to-many relationship in object-oriented programming. Okay, so one person can have many bikes, right? So let's create a new class that is bike. Okay, and then this person has one passport and this person also has many bikes. So for many bikes, we are going to use a list. So let's use a list, and this list contains all the bikes, right? And we are representing this list of bikes with the name bikes. So guys, this is how we can represent one-to-many relationship in object-oriented programming using list. So one person can have multiple bikes. Make sense? Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now let's move on and see the next type of relationship, that is many-to-one relationship. Now here the example was many engineers can work on one project, right? So let's create one new class with the name engineer. Okay, so one class, we have one engineer class, and this engineer has one name, right? Now let's create one more class, and the name of that class would be project, right? Now as we know that many engineers can work on many projects, this means this project is associated with many engineers. So how we model this type of relationship? Using the list, right? So we have a list of engineers inside of this project class, as simple as that. Okay, and we represent a list of engineers using a variable called engineers. Okay, so this is how we represent many-to-one relationship, that many engineers can work on one project. Now the last relationship is many-to-many relationship. So in this type of relationship we can model like this. So let's create a new class with teacher, with the name teacher. Okay, teacher, and let's create one more class with the name student. Okay, student. Okay, we are good to go. Now one teacher can teach multiple students. So how can we model this type of relationship? Using a list. Okay, so let's use private variable. Okay, let's use list, and this list contains all the students which are taught by this teacher. Okay, so this is how we are modeling the relationship between teacher and student. Now let's go to student class. Now the relationship says one student can be taught by multiple teachers, which means the student class also contains a list of teachers, right? And how we model this? Using list of teachers. So let's use list, and this list contains all the teachers that this student is taught from. Okay, and we are representing the list of teachers using a variable called teachers. So this is how we are modeling the relationship between teachers and student. Now one teacher can teach multiple students, and one student can be taught by multiple teachers. So guys, I hope now you understood that how to model an association relationship between objects or classes in Java or in object-oriented programming. So I have shown you all the 4 types of association, that is one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. Although association can also further categorized into 2 categories, and number 1 is the aggregation and the number 2 is the composition. So those type of association we will see in the upcoming videos. So guys, this is all from my side for this video. If you learned something valuable from this video, then hit the like button in order to make YouTube algorithm happy. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so my friend you never miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.